Okay, if you take a look at this setup, that's the finished pieces, and then trying to take a look at the star. If you use the Polygon star tool, you can click and drag it from the center point out. Use the arrow keys to increase or decrease the amount of points that you have. And then using the direct selection tool, just try to grab the points and set themselves a little bit further apart to create that shape. The second one, using the star tool, again, counting the number of points there are out there, and using the arrow keys on the keyboard in order to increase them, and then stretching the inside diameter with the command key allows you to set those points up, and using the widgets with the direct selection tool allows the curves. But if I make a selection on the inside of these, I can just contain the corner points on the inside of the star shape. Then just take a circle, fill them with a different color, select the both of them, and use the align tool. So you're kind of looking at some possibilities of the shape. So here's the polygon tool making a hexagon, rotating it or holding the shift key down, and then taking the star tool to do the same. Hold the command key down to set the inside radius, and then extend the outside piece. This one, if you combine it, it'll make it into one shape. So I have to make the inside just a little bigger to illustrate that. So you're trying to look at and see what shapes are complex enough to create two shapes to make the one. So here, just making the points, using the command key again to stretch that out, and then using the circle tool inside the ellipse tool to make a circle, and then combining those with the shape builder for union, just giving it a different color. You can keep them all the same, but just trying to modify it. Here's just a star, making it for the first three, and then taking the direct selection tool to extend the long one. And as you go through, you start to see some patterns develop on how to do it. So here's the star tool, clicking the right point size to get the amount, command key to set the inside radius, and then drag back to get the overall shape. And there's some patterns, or a gray, light blue tone. This one's the trickier one that's going to use the filter. So if I leave it with that many points in there, and watch what happens when I go to the appearance panel, go to distort and pucker and bloat, and you'll see that it makes a couple different shapes depending on the positive or negative. So I'll just set that off to the side and go back with the make a square and do the same function. And then here, just kind of see how thick or long it has to become, and just go ahead and take that image and rotate it with the shift key to put it at 45 degrees there, and then just duplicating it to set it off to the side and giving it a different fill. Here's one that's looks complicated, just doing two shapes that have the appropriate amount of points with the arrow keys. Command to set the inside radius. Second shape has the same amount of points, just much narrower and longer. So combining the two with the union under Pathfinder just gives you that shape. The bottom ones, you see some of them are the same, so just copy them over and modify them to see where they're going to locate themselves. So just taking a look at these and saying, well, this one's close to this, so you can set it there and modify it. Taking this one, setting it here to modify, and just the inside one for the bottom part. And see what else. Let's see. I'm going to do the rest from scratch if it makes it easy. Just zoom into it. And do the easy ones first is always a good choice, good idea. Increase the points, set the inside radius with the command key, and then stretch out the point. Here's one with 4. Set the inside radius just to get it tight enough, and that can be duplicated down. This one we can set up there. We'll keep that one, come back to fix that. Here's the 4 points here, so the inside radius is going to be just a little bit, just need the arrow, nice sharp points, and then a circle, and then selecting it all is going to make it a union piece up there. This one just has a separate piece, so when you take a look making the overall star, gets a little tricky. Set the inside radius again, and then bring the outside points out. And let's see, there's a 6-sided point. And the inside, you can't get smaller than 3, so we'll go with 4 points on the star. And then take the direct selection tool, first rotate it into place. Take the remove anchor point and just take those off. Click on the anchor point and then just combine them. So you can get an irregular or asymmetrical star shape. And these are all good to make and use in Illustrator, but you can make them into brushes, patterns, and shapes. So here's the distort transform, the bloat, and just increase or decrease that, and then increase the shape of it all. Come down here, just duplicate that guy real quick, and see if we can modify this one. We'll zoom into it and go into the appearance panel and just change the settings. This one here. Take a look at what happens when you bloat it. It picks up that inside point and adds a different shape to it. Here I'll just selection tool to grab those inside points. You can see the curvature that happens. And see, we'll just try it from, go back to do it from scratch. Show you that one. So there's the command for the inside radius, outside, taking the selection tool, direct selection tool to build that up, and that gives you all the shapes. And once you have it, you can, like I said, you can go through and color them, but I'll just hide the layers that I used and just do a screen capture and have it all set up there.